What's the deal, gang? What goes on? How's everybody doing? How is everybody? Damn, not even 200 on here? You guys are used to me coming later. But we might have positions for the hourly open here. Quite possibly. Everything's bullish. Daily yesterday closed bearish, but we've broken yesterday's daily high. We got another 50 pips to a nice resistance area, strong resistance area. Let's see where we're going right now. Very interesting. We got 6 minutes to go. This is a nice level here that I would like to close above, because when we close above it, previously the price come up to another 28 pips. Yeah, I want a closure above this area, and I want a nice top wick or a closure that pulls back to around yeah, if we can get it to pull back to like 62 areas or close at 64. I don't really want a closure right at 62 or above 64 would make this interesting. Got 5 minutes here. You know what? We're going to raise this level. So we're bearish for the day, right? As the daily's making a top wick here. But as you start getting bullish closures on the smaller time frame, you can look to play the relationship between the closing and the opening candle. Shit's flying. What did it do last time? Last time when it came up from down here, right there. What is it mirroring, right? This level we've tapped. It came up here. Came down to this area, came down to this area across the board as well. It took off. Where does this come up to? That has previously ran up all the way up to here. Can we see that again? This is a nice closure. If the next candle opens up with a bottom wick, we will take this. But where? What area? Yo, so where the fuck did my lines go? Oh. I was like, I made some lines. Where are they? They were mid-screen for a second. People at the Zoom door, come on in. 2 minutes here. We're above 64. Yeah, lock in here. We might have some buys pretty soon. It's a heavy 4 hour. 2 hour closing. Right at a 2 hour resistance. People were telling me they were weirded out by me looking at the 2 hour. Like, why? The same thing. You look at the 4 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour. I just use more data for my interpretation of what's happening, right? I also look at the 2 hour. I don't know why that's weirding you out. You look at the 1 hour, right? Some of you guys look at the 1 second. I want to be careful here at these wicks right here. Right, these are all rejection wicks. They're not wick fills. It's rejection. It's rejection. Rejection. $40 seconds here. We might see this go straight up without making a bottom wick, but if we grab a bottom wick, we'll take it. If we see a bottom wick, we will take it. It's going to need to be about a 20 pip bottom wick. 20 on the dot, actually. All right, taking a buy right here. Just took a buy at the bottom of that wick. All right, and I'm going to close full right there for 24 pips. Sorry, I didn't even have time to post that. I took a buy right here. We knew this was going to play out quick. We just spoke about this. No drawdown, sniper entry, straight to TP. 66 wins in a row. Straight to TP. In how long? That trade lasted 30 seconds. If you got the 5-minute rule, you move your stops to break even here. Make this a risk-free trade and let it rock. If it hits BE, oh well. If it runs, you made more than me. Might run. A lot of room to come up here. W. Yeah, that was a 22 pip close. So 24 when I closed it, but it moved back a pip. So 22 pips. What a great start to the day. Mixed that. Missed that. I didn't miss it. W. Great job, everybody. Whoever caught that with me. Let's add that to the record. Win number 380. Let's get rid of this from yesterday. We marked the area out, right? We said where we're going to take the position. This white line as it came down, I said I'm taking it right here. It got close enough. And it just bounced straight up. Sniped the shit out of that. All good. As long as you plan this out before it happens, you should have full confidence entering as it happens. Capiche?
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
Wow, that was lovely. That was fast. If you're holding for 5 minutes, I believe you have another minute to go. And you should be doubling or tripling the profits that I made for now. Yesterday, my first trade, I think I made 20 pips. You guys should have made, if you had the 5-minute rule, you probably made over 100. It really just depends. Oh, damn it. I forgot to open. Damn. I'm testing another bot for the signal channel that can count properly. And I forgot to open that bot because I wanted to see how it would have counted this. Damn it. All right. Nothing to frown over. Yep, I closed somewhere down here. It's moved way up. If you got 5 minutes, I think you're coming up on 5 minutes right now in less than a minute. J-bot all day. True. Damn, this should run for 50. That sucks. I mean, that sucks that you got the 5-minute rule and you can't take advantage of it up here too. But it's also good because you would have closed it down here. Anyway, what do we do now? Do we call it a stream? For once, call it a stream after the first trade? Nah, we can't do that. You guys might get the same closure as me after the 5 minutes. People are like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, just trying to count down the 5 minutes right now. Close, close, close. Secure, secure, secure. Right now is 5 minutes. Right now is 5 minutes on the dot, and you made more than me. Damn. Knocking on Zoom door. Oh, yeah, I let you in. Yeah, good job. Fire trade. Good job, everyone that caught that. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on again. Kids are leaving for school. I gotta say, have a good day to them. I'm on mute. I'm sorry. I forgot I was muted. Sorry, I go over what I just said. Hold on. Shoot, I'm sorry. What I was saying is, we're pulling back right now, but it's likelier that we bounce off here and continue up, re-break the high than it is to continue down. So if we start re-breaking highs up here, we'll lock in for potentially another move. We need to see what happens here because price-wise, right? We've bounced off a really strong resistance here, and we've come down. We've tapped the support, and now price is coming back up. Once it fills this range again, this becomes untradeable. Well, for me. Once it refills the top of the range, I won't trade it. I'm going to wait for us to really break the high or the low of the candle to see what we're going to do next. Give us an indication of structure. You see, it's bounced off of here again. So we took it, the initial bounce. Now it actually came down and tapped our line on the dot again. And we really had this level marked up perfectly. We're getting a lot better at recognizing the tip of the candle wick and where it should come to. Look at that on the dot. Like I drew this out 15 minutes before. And that's what we're rejecting. Yeah, once it refills the top of the range, that means it's created a range, created a resistance, came down to support, and refilled the range. That's what we know gold does, right? We know it does that. That's our edge. If that's our edge, we're going to wait for it to happen again, right? We can say, all right, yeah, we held the support here, bottom wick. We can take the flip or the rebreak of the highs. That's what we do last year or 2 years ago. But a lot of times what would happen is we'd flip, tap this area again, and come right back down. Right, the first time you're likelier to drive through and fill the range and continue driving. The first time you're likelier to bounce off resistance. The second time you're likelier to continue driving, but you're also likelier to break support here once you've bounced off a higher time frame resistance. So once that doesn't fall in line, right, I'd have to wait. I'd have to wait for either this to happen or this to happen. One of these two to be broken. In other words, I'm waiting for the time frames to now line up again to start telling me the same story. Right now, they told me this is a strong resistance. We can't break through it, and we're retesting that resistance, and it's decision-making time. We're going to make a decision up at this area again, whether we're going to break right through it or we're going to reject again and come down. Right. But what do I always say? When in doubt, zoom out, and if you zoom out to the higher time frames, there's nothing bearish here. Just a reaction, not a rejection, right? So we're, like I said, we're still likely to break the highs, and once we start doing that, we'll lock in and look for more positions. For now, we got 22 pips. Congrats. Let's get rid of that. You are getting better, not us. No, I think if you keep showing up, I'm getting better because I keep showing up. Although I've said this before, like the fact that I stream and I voice everything that I do has definitely made me a better trader. The fact that I voice things out and speak everything that I'm thinking, because sometimes I'll say some shit and be like, no, that's some dumb shit you just said. What? Right? And you kind of either agree with yourself and don't agree with yourself, and sometimes when you don't agree with yourself, it's like, it's like another person proofreading your essay. It's like, oh shit, I didn't recognize this before in my thought process. Hmm. 19 win streak? That's fucking crazy. Yeah, my first undefeated month ever was, I think, October of 22 or October of 21. I don't remember, but it was definitely in October. And I went 16-0, right? December we went like 50 and 0, but that's a whole different story. That's 2.5 years later. I'll get these pups today. What are you doing? You going to the shelter? You saving a dog? Oh, Pips. Okay, he's going to the Forex shelter and is gonna rescue some Pips. Nice. Yeah, please, chat. Don't buy new Pips. Rescue old Pips. Go to the Pips shelter, the Forex Pips shelter. Rescue old Pips. Don't go buy new Pips. Save the Pips, goddammit. It's a new movement. We will prevail. Pips lives matter. Word. 1-800-ADOPT-A-PIP. They're eating the Pips. 15's gonna close there. Ooh. Will we have a top wick though? Okay, so this we gotta wait out. There's no top wick on this 15, indicating no range. Highly likely we come down. If we come down, then flip bullish. Ideally, the next candle creates a top wick and creates the range that we don't have on this one. So if it comes up, that's what we need. It's not the trade. It's what we need to set up before a trade happens. So you're waiting on this current candle to create the top wick that the previous candle did not. Hold on a second. Yeah. I was supposed to go make content today, but like, I need another person. I need one more person I need a funny friend. I don't have any funny friends. I have people that I know that are funny, but I don't have any funny friends, like really funny. They're all too serious. Yo, Wix and Don said the same breakdown. Okay, stream hopper, gave yourself away. And you give yourself away. And you give yourself away. Maybe you should stop being friends with. That's actually very true. I have a very small number of male friends. They're mostly women. What kind of content? I got so many reels or real ideas for like just comedy, just pure comedy, but like it would involve other people. Like I need people to play other roles. Yeah, girls aren't really funny. They just tend to bring up old shit. You say something funny, but it reminds them of some old shit, and they'll be like, you know what we haven't talked about before? And be like, nope. Wicks and Reels is like a kid in the 80s figuring out, no, I got like, there's a lot of shit that I could shoot individually, but there's a lot of funny shit that I have that like, it just needs multiple people acting. In YouTube shorts, like actual YouTube booty shorts. Martin Scorsese, chill out, dog. No, I don't need like production value. I just need people that are funny. My neighbor's funny, but he's too gangster. He ain't doing that shit. Damn. Bye, Felicia. This shit just took off. Yeah, that shit's gone. I'm gonna name this kind of candle Felicia. This is Felicia having it right here. She out. Where the shit never pulls back and just fills the range. Yeah, that's Felicia. Jehovah's Witness knocks at your door. Would you like to hear about a capital saver? You know what I usually do when Jehovah's Witness knocks on my door? I open the door nude and I invite them inside. That's what I typically do. Have you found Jesus? Nope. Come in, help me look for him. I'm telling you. It's the only way. It's the only way to meet Jehovah's Witness people on Sunday morning when they knock at your door. And the carolers. When you get carolers knocking at your door on a random Christmas Eve. Yeah. You open the door nude and invite them inside. Just to roast your nuts by the fire. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. What if they come in and as freaky as you? Shit, we making content. Then we making content, bruh. Damn, what a push. This just... What the fuck is going on the last 2 days? Remember yesterday? This is today. Damn. Do we have news today? I didn't even check. 10 o'clock. ISM and Jolts. I hope to be off by then. Well, I hope to be done with all our positions by then. These are areas we can clearly identify where the market's rejected, come down, found support, and drove up. Right? We clearly see that. So we're gonna mark these areas along. We're gonna mark these areas off along the way, and we're gonna see if they match up with any other time frames, like they do here. Cheese and rice. What the fuck is going on? She's just driving. Clearly this area as well, but I don't know if we close above here, above 2673.34. The best entry would still be below it. These wicks, right? Price in general, before it filled this area up here, these are the wicks. These are the wicks. This ideally would be the best entry once the candle closes, unless this pulls back and closes below that area, then we go to the next area. I typically don't mark these out when I'm trading by myself or for Asian session. I just kind of see them, but for your guys' visuals, so you guys start recognizing the areas I'm looking at. Five minutes. This is a strong push. Should we come down here now? We might take that. Oh man, flip. Yeah, I didn't want to top wick on that 5 for us to have a chance to trade it. That's a few candles in a row, right? A couple of 5 candles in a row with no top wick. Boom, boom. Now we finally have one. So we have range. But we would need a pullback. If you go on your MT5 then daily chart, all those trades look like we use an algo. It's only because there's 3 to 5 trades in a day, so you see a lot of opening and closures, but that's only on the day. That's normal for anyone that trades every day or takes multiple trades a day. Every day, that's what it's going to look like. Now, if our like hourly looked like that, there's an issue. Just want to be careful. This is a strong rejection area. I would prefer to close above it, but what we have going in our direction is actual bullish closure and a top wick. This matters. This is now the range versus this being the range. Don says hello. Hello, Don. I'm gonna call you after stream. Is he here? I don't know if he's here. But if you're here, I'm gonna hit you up after stream. All right, 2 minutes here. 2 minutes here for the 30. Okay, this is good. This is good. If this is how we close in a minute, let me see the hourly. We will be taking entries as each one of these levels tap. If we start making a bottom wick. But if it just starts coming straight up, I won't take it. Even though it's a high quality position here right off the closure or right before it closes, probably right now, but I'd want an entry below here, below 26.73, which we might not get. We might just tap that area. All right, lock in here. Yeah, straight up, huh? Yeah, I just spoke about this. We might just head straight up right off the rip. We don't want to fill this whole wick to the left. Yeah, this might be off the hourly. We might end up taking this off the hourly closure. Really depends on the pullback here. Or if there is a pullback. Wow, it did. It came down and tapped price itself, right? What matters is the price action, right? And price itself did come down to our areas. Look at that. Again, right? Tap this area again, came up, refilled the range. Five-leg candle. We might have the same buys, but we'll just have to wait for the hourly closure on them. Spreads are jumpy today. Well, they're the same in futures every day. Just 1 pip, 1 point. They don't really jump. 1, 2 points. 1, 2, 1, 2. What's the commission on futures? It's less than on Forex. I remember on my Forex broker it was 0.7 of a pip, right? So over here it comes out 0.4.5 of a point. So commission like on a single point, I mean on a single contract, on a single lot is well, a lot for your purposes is about $4, where in Forex it was about $7. This is good that we had this heavy push and now we're pulling back, because if we continue pulling back, the next hour might start with a bottom wick as we keep pulling back. And if that starts with a bottom wick, we're going to have a really good entry for the rest of this wick fill. But we can't, we don't want this to now start breaking highs. We want this to continue to like mid-range here, somewhere like 69.70 area. That's where you really want it. But you got to understand, these are supports you drive up from, right? So we already tapped this one a few times, so we're likely to break it. If we tap the next one, right, you're likely to see a reaction here, you're likely to see a reaction here, and off that reaction it could come up, start re-breaking highs again and driving. All of that is just noise to us, right? We have to, in this case, wait for a candle to close for the hourly, or for it to start coming up close to a close as it's pulling back. Or you don't speak with Don? We speak all the time. We spoke like a few days ago. Just got back from work. My bad if you already answered this, but this 4-hour on XAU USD got no bottom wick, so could flip like yesterday. It started to break down the last 45 minutes. Yeah, no, this isn't, it's not gonna drive down 200 pips in the next 20 minutes. No. Maybe if this had like an hour and a half left, maybe, but no, not with the way the smaller time frames have been printing. You might see a heavy pullback, but you're not breaking the 4-hour lows. That ain't gonna happen. The 4-hour on the XAU USD is gonna close bullish, and then you're looking for bottom wicks to continue up, which is basically the idea we have here on futures. Look at that. It reacted right at our second area. Remember we said it had a reaction at this area a few times. It's likely to break now, but the next area we can see a reaction. Next area we can see it, and that's exactly what happened. Easy 13 pips. Gotta love pineapples. Yeah, I'm fond of pineapples as well. Yeah, I know, gang. I know we're coming back up, reflipping, and this is something I'm also looking at for next year. Not for next year, maybe for later in the year, because I've noticed a lot of times we make this wick, right, come back down to the previous area, and then we come back up, re-break it, even though we try to trade it when there's no wick, because that's a higher probability trade. It's done this a bunch of times, so I'm trying to see if it happens once we break the previous candle wick, then it'll come back, refill that range, or if there's any kind of edge there. But this happens quite a bit. We will make the top wick, come back to our area, and then we'll re-break it. But I won't take it because there's already a top wick made. Right, I'll usually be a little more selective and wait for the candle where there's no top wick made. And maybe that's the reason we do have such a high win rate, because we're not settling for that. But I think there's a way to take advantage of it, because it happens so often. Give me a solid look at the slides I sent you on Discord. I'm trying to document what I assume the simplest method to trade is. Yeah, I'll do it after the stream, Hank. Entered off to 5. Yeah, I mean, 5 didn't have a top wick, right? How did it form? Yeah, 5 came down first. At what point in your trading you started noticing I don't know. I don't stop at that moment. Oh my God, I noticed. No, it's just over time you pick things up, or you know you zone in on things, and it's just you start utilizing them without even recognizing that you're bringing in a new concept. It's just stuff you see, and then after a while you're like, damn, I've completely moved like or evolved from the way I was trading. I don't even recognize it. It's just over a period of time. I was just like, we've evolved. But it's not a conscious like, you know, thing that I think about that I'm conscious of and that I recognize. It's kind of irrelevant to me. Yeah, I saw what you sent me, Hank, on Discord, but I just haven't looked at it. If I can get this mouse to stop skipping, I'll start the music again. I think today is a close your eyes and buy type of day. Yeah, I got you, Tom. I'll be honest with you, I want this to drive up. I want to get out of this range. This bottom of this wick here and the top of this wick is just one range, and I don't want to be stuck in this range. You see this? We printed a range here. I don't want to be in this area. No matter how price closes, I just really don't want to be in a range. A range is a U-turn, is a chance for the market to make a U-turn. You don't want a range, you want a trending market. And yeah, on the higher time frame, we're trending, so it's going to be based, what we do is going to be based off the higher time frame. But for now, I don't want to trade anything in here. This fucking mouse only works when I bang it right on the fucking table. Right, a range tells me the market has a chance to make a U-turn, but if it can make a U-turn and the higher time frame is like this, it tells me that we might see a steeper pullback, right? A U-turn in the shape of a steeper pullback, but will still come up because the higher time frames are all bullish, right? We should be able to retest the highs made. Am I muted? Yes, I was muted. I think if we're gonna head up here, pretty sure the next candle, the next 1530 hourly, shouldn't be breaking the 30 low here, right? Because we've made a higher high here, so we're technically forming structure. Made a higher high, higher low, right? Yeah, the 1 over here is ranging the 5 kind of, but it's every other time frame 1530 when we're still forming higher highs, higher lows. As long as the next candle doesn't really break this, oh, it could, as long as it doesn't break the previous hourly, like you would still be ahead probability wise all the way down here. So yeah, 130 pips worth of range for you to still be ahead in the trade. Yeah, I wouldn't expect the next 30 to break the 30 low. I'd expect it to, well, either it breaks it now, the current 30 low, or the next, if it closes bullish, the next 30 is going to probably wick down to either 73 or 72 area and then start breaking highs again. Off the 15, no, I can't trade the 15 here. Especially the way it opened, made a top wick first. I told you I want to start re-breaking highs and then lock in for another position, or see a heavy pullback and lock in on the hourly closure. Should push. But this is more like from here, taking positions here, it's like a 70-30, you know, 65-35. So yeah, it should push according to the higher time frame, but the smaller time frame is telling me not now. Eventually it will. We'll see. We'll see. Pushes now, great. Pushes down, great. Pushes up, pushes down, whichever one, as long as it pushes. Made a bottom wick here. Maybe it'll come up now. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Tap this previous high. I would say it would break it. It should break it. It's likelier to break the high and then come down, but we shall see. Yeah, we pretty much filled this range a few times. I just don't want to fuck around with it anymore. Unless we get a higher time frame closure here. But look, makes sense on every other time frame. 15, 30, 1. I mean, it completely makes sense. All right, broke the high here, higher low, higher high. Let's see. $8:48. We got 11 minutes here for the hourly to close. There's 420 of you watching. I was just thinking about going to smoke. and there's 420 watching, you guys are my send-off. I mean, I'm taking the phone with me, but I'm gonna be watching you guys while you watch my chair. Yeah, I'm gonna take a hit of that cryptochronic kind of lot. Oh, holy fuck, it's cold. It is brick shitty outside. Damn. Florida done spoiled me. It is fucking 54 degrees. Nah, this is some bullshit. I'm gonna go get my Snuggie. Fuck that. About to come back in here looking like an oversized cotton ball. Just big furry fuzzball. Why is it so fucking cold? Chat, I don't know if you know this. It's not really cold. It's just there's a lack of heat. It's never really, there's no such thing as cold, but it's just not warm, not hot. It's either hot or it lacks heat. He said, oh, here we go. We lacking heat. We are lacking heat. I smoke too much? No. This is for your entertainment. The air just lack heat. Actually scientifically proven. Yeah, I've been trying to tell them. There's like, it's not cold. It's just, there's no heat. That's what it is. It's just not hot. That's what it is. $66 Fahrenheit here? Damn, you're freezing too. It's not tradable, just a lack of trades. -6 degrees Celsius? What are you, in hell? You're definitely in the gulag. It doesn't get that cold anywhere except the gulag. Like a North Korean labor camp is probably at like standard -6 degrees Celsius. That's like homeostasis. I'm from K-Town. It's literally hell frozen over. Have you ever been in the great state of Indiana? No. Never been to Indianapolis. I did drive through Indiana Boulevard once, which led me to Martin Luther King. Oh, by the way, if you're ever on Martin Luther King Boulevard or Barack Obama Way, don't get out the car. I don't care what state you live in, what city you live in. If you're on a street that's called Martin Luther King Boulevard or Barack Obama Drive, you don't get out the car. Just a quick tip for you guys. I go to smoke, 10 people leave. You guys ain't real. So what do we? If you're if you're in Jersey, or in Atlanta, you definitely don't go to those streets. If they got those street names in your city, in Jersey or Atlanta, you definitely don't go there. All right. I'm an Atlantean. I can confirm this. You should have more followers. I concur. I 100% agree. Because I mean, the higher quality of discussion here. So where do I need to visit USA when I come? Definitely not Florida. We full. We full, bro. Brooklyn here. I can confirm this as well. Bro. Where in Brooklyn? I know all the MLK boulevards and Barack Obama ways in Brooklyn. Three minutes here for the Sally, and kind of looking like ass and feet right now with this snow top wick, but we got 3 minutes. A lot can happen. So it's my understanding you are shadow banned in some way because there are other very boring, politically correct, bad traders who get more traction than you. Some? A lot. I can name over 10 off the top of my head. I'm just not going to. But that are just doing ridiculous shit on stream. And people eat that shit up. They be like, she got ICT in her name. It's wild. That one chick? How about those? All right, never mind. Usa. Yeah, I just want a YouTube plaque. Is that hard to ask for, YouTube? Just send me the plaque and I'll fucking get out of your way. Plaque you, YouTube. How much subscribers you need for the plague? We're gonna avoid the plague and wait for the plaque. It's definitely because we spent a lot of time last year talking about Papa T. Definitely, he's got to be. It's the only reason I think. I think he's so hated that like any mention of him on like social media fucks you up. You don't think it's the bud? No, I think it. I've streamed for years, and bro, I used to smoke on stream and have massive traction. So then, as soon as election time comes, but how can we not discuss it when it's literally like a lot of what we do, you know, like it's got a lot to do with a lot of what we do. The algo's constantly changing. Well, I know the way to beat the algo. You guys got to like and subscribe. That's how you beat the algo. 9 a.m., 20 seconds. It's a good wick. It's a good wick. We need a steep bottom wick here. $74.3, we will have an entry. What's your RR? Phantom. That shit's a ghost. It's gotta come down lower here. If we pull up now, which is possible, it can happen here at these wicks. But I really want this lower. You know what? I'll take a buy right here. It's close enough. If we come down further, my next buy would be right here at this area, at this support. Right here. This might be a lot of pineapple type of trade. I just tapped our area on the dot that we were talking about. Right there, tapped it on the dot. Oh, a little past it. There's a lot of range here to come down. So we're taking pineapples at every, like right here. There we go. Just took another entry. Oh, I'm sorry, gang. I didn't post this. Wait, where was it? This is what we have going on right now. Right, these are my separate entries. Really looking for the flip here. This would be the next area for the pineapple, 72.4. All right, got 4 total positions running, 2 entries at each. 73.4. Trading view is a bit delayed, by like a second. Yeah, I saw the price come down first on my broker. A little more, a little more. To 420. Okay, once we tap that white line, I'll take another entry. Right here. Highly likely we will. The idea here is to retest the highs that we made on the higher time frame. Didn't quite get to this area for entry. Could be close enough, but all right, taking another buy right here. Just took a buy as we tap that area right here, right above it. And if we tap this area, there'll be another buy. Average entry 73.8. little bit above here, right here. It's right here. 7. Ah, wait, go back. All right, closing full here, 30 pips. W. W, W, W. Just closed full for a combined 30 pips. Fucking W. Double U. Woo, woo. $30 on the dot. Y'all want to rump with me? The original Dun Dada. She gave me a chance to get out. Now I could pull back with the 5. I closed 30 flat. 30. Yeah. Big shatter. Yeah, man. $30 on the dot. Another day of over 50 pips. Yesterday over 100.
Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby.
That's what I'm saying.
Just give me the line.
Let's do a little flex. Hell yeah, let's do a flex. We need to bring in a flex. Let's go. Do a little flex over there. Damn, let's mark that up. Let's mark that up. We could have the music in here and everything. It's our song coming up right now, gang. Perfect closure. Perfect closure. We destroyed that. 30 on the dot. And once I closed it, it just went, boop, come right back down. That's amazing. Nah, bring in the volume song. Let's go. Let's mark that off. Let's add that to our record. That is 69. Wait. That's 69 wins in a row? 68? Yeah, 69 wins in a row. No, 68. 381. Win number 381. Minus 14. 67. 67 wins in a row. 67. I'm ready. Where the fuck did you guys make 70 pips from? I peaked at like 38. Oh yeah. Yeah, this, because remember we spoke about this, that the XAU USD just gives steeper wicks. Look at that steep wick it ran. Yeah. Yeah, I was waiting for it to come up higher, but once this candle gave us a chance to get out, right? The 5's created a bottom wick here, and this one's created a top wick. This is your head and shoulders area. If we're gonna come down, this would be the area from. So let's close here and wait for it to break the highs for another entry. And then look what happened. It would have ate everything back up right now. So yeah, I mean, well, XAU USD just gave you more. That's what it is. It moved the same way, but just a little bit further. Did the same thing. Entries really matter. I think the entries and the pineapples here from which areas we took them, that really matters. That puts us in a great position to manage risk. Incredible. W. Damn, we got news at 10, but it's not even NYSE open. Why don't you get back to trading on Asian session? Because there's way more volume in New York. Way more volume. I still trade Asian session. I traded every night. I traded it yesterday. I tried to. There was no position. It didn't set up. It looked like it was going to set up, and then the 9 p.m. opening was whack. But yeah, I have like 5 times the amount of trades during New York session versus Asian session. Asian session, I used to average maybe like 4 positions a week. In New York, I average like 25 positions a week. Yeah, I know you mean streams. There's just no point. If I'm going to stream New York, well, I'm not going to stream Asian as well. That's too much streaming. I'll lose my voice. I've tried it. Whoa, wait, I didn't update the record. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah, we closed right where it turned around. Perfect closure. Have you been here for the entire win streak? Yeah. November 27th? Yeah, you've been here for the entire 67 in a row run. That's wild. Yeah, oh yeah, you've been there. Damn. I don't know. Chat. Sub to the channel. We probably lost like 4 subs today. Do people get angry at me when I win and they're like, fuck, I'm on 7? It's like, how does this shit work? ¿Por qué? Damn. F the haters, I agree. Can we look for another entry to the flip? Oh, I think it's still going to happen. It's just a heavier pullback, right? And this shit's going to happen. It's going to... We had a perfect chance to close. Market gave us a chance to get out. We don't have to worry about it. Draw down. We can just wait for this candle to do what it does. If it flips up and breaks the highs here, I'll freaking re-enter, right? I'll not on the break of the highs as we start driving. I'm very patient and selective with what I take. And then people all day just won't understand it. I get DMs, I get private messages, I get comments. I'm like, what kind of fucking RR is this? This is the weirdest type of shit. I've never seen nobody trade like this. And meanwhile, they never show up to the streams. It's just like 5 seconds of my reel, right? It's like, you gotta show up. You gotta understand what I'm looking for. And people also act like they've been in the industry for like decades. Like you get like a 25-year-old that has like 15 years of experience, right? And it's like, bro, what? Nah. It's charisma in your country? W. Okay. Happy Charisma Day. Word. Veterans. The motherfucker's retired at 26. 20 years trading stocks. Might have been trading socks. I don't know about stocks. People are so stuck on what are your stops? What do you like? Like, I don't have stops for one reason. The market is dynamic. It's not a static thing, right? It's dynamic. It continuously moves, and there's continuous data being printed, right? So while, you know, as the market is dynamic, my profits, my target areas are dynamic. My stop loss is dynamic. It's going to depend on what the market is yet to print. That's why I trade with no stops. I trade with no targets. I do what's logical at that moment as the market is printing, because the market is not static. It's dynamic. It continues. It always moves. It continues to update with data. It continues to print more candles. And that is the biggest reason why I trade with no stops. It's not this. My stops aren't predetermined. I have a picture in my head of what the charts will look like once I'm wrong. Like, if I'm wrong, what would the chart have to print? What would price have to do here for me to be behind probability wise? And if it does that, if it starts doing that, I close out. But until I'm behind probability wise, I'm going to stick to my logic. And it doesn't involve a risk to reward. It's not a variable in my equation. The equation I'm trying to solve is also, you know, it's also dynamic. There's no risk to reward. There's no stops. There's no TPs. Everybody has an equation that they do when they trade, right? And you all have different variables. Some people need a fib, and the RR needs to match, and you plug those into the equation, you get a certain result. My equation just doesn't have variables such as RR and stop loss and take profit. It's very fluid as the market moves. Crazy. ST said 100 times he's going to stop at the videos and win Robin's Cup. None of them happened yet for years. There must be a reason why he keeps saying having new concepts to make videos on, because there's an audience that buys it. Robin's Cup? No. Batman's Cup? Hell yeah. I'm sick and tired of being Robin. Batman's Cup. Yo, I was watching the Penguin yesterday. I swear, I didn't like the last episode. He killed his boy Vic. Sorry if that spoils it for any of you. I wanted to cry. Since Don is back, he's still, well, he's streaming right now, and I'm streaming right now. Does it look like we're continuing? Shout out to Don, yo. I knew he'd be back. Well, shit, I heard it from his mouth like a while ago. I just couldn't tell you guys. Yeah, we spoke a while back. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna be streaming January. I was like, that's a fucking W. Oh, I've been saying it the whole time, man. I know where my loyalties lie. Where do yours? Do you know where yours lie? You still fuck with him? Why not? Why wouldn't I? I know how much I'm risking, but when you know how to adapt to the market, changes everything. Yeah, sort of. Spoiler, what the fuck, I'm about to start the Penguin. It's only one season. It was so good, but it was only one season. I'm kind of tight. I watched the shit in 2 days. It's still, I missed the entry, but took the later wick. Yeah, you could take, as I said, if we were just to continue down, we would have been taking every single one of these levels because it is highly likely, heavily likely on the to retest the highs, right? The probability is really high for the price to come up and retest the highs. If not the complete highs, then the closure highs off the 1 hour, right? So at least this area. And maybe if this closes bearish, then in the shape of a top wick on the next candle, right? But price doesn't move in a straight line. I tell you guys all the time. As long as you pick it, as long as you're forming structure, and as long as you're taking trades with structure, right? With the trend, right? And you realize where your pineapples are, as long as they're off support areas, you're going to retest the highs that you're going to make before making a decision. Market will give you a chance to manage risk. Just be smart about it. Be logical about it. Gotta, zone in. Look at the smaller time frame closures. This is closing bullish, but if it closes below this range, highly likely next candle, top wick, and then you're coming down to fill this wick of the previous 15. This would be a light candle, right? Don't disregard smaller time frames. Make sure everything is still telling the same story. And once it stops, and you'll typically see the smaller time frames stop telling the same story first because they print really fast, right? The 5 every 5 minutes a new candle, so there's more chances of it to start telling a different story, right? You look on the 5, it starts telling a different story. If it's all of a sudden switches to the 15 and now the 30 is telling a different story, then yeah, it's going to go all the way to the higher time frame, and maybe you want to start looking to manage risk, or if the market gives you a chance to get out, you take what you can. You salvage what you can and move on. Is there another entry now? No, I don't have an entry now. We took our dubs. I mean, you could have been taking every single one of these on the way up or on the way down, and then eventually as it starts flipping again. Yeah, typically you'll see when heavy drives, we'll see heavy pullbacks or heavy bottom wicks. Yeah, we will most likely retest these highs. 2676, highly like 90% likely to be retested. Either in a flip, or if a bearish closure here, then on the top wick of the next candle. One of the two. Had already 2 trades. Yeah, what I'm thinking is, since I don't want to trade news here until we have the inauguration, right? And news is at 10, so likely the after effects of it are going to be felt for the next 15-30 minutes after the news. That's like 10:30, right? And we get into 10:30 territory. And not trade from now till 10:30 the next hour. Right, you trading now is a bit difficult. You're a half hour from news. You're not really set up here. The 30 closed bearish, back below the range. Right, this isn't the trade we take, or the trade I take. Why for entry, same position? I love it though. No, I had 1, I had 2, I had 3, 4. I had 3 entries. I had 6 entries: 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. Yeah, we already made 50 pips. It's enough. It's not that it's enough. It's just it's gonna take a long time for us to set up. It's gonna take about an hour for us to set up again. And I don't know if I wanted to just speak Japanese for the next hour. What I do want to do before you guys dip, hey, congrats to everybody that made over 50 pips. If you were trading XAU USD, I think you guys made over 100 pips on a day, possibly, right? Close to 100 pips. But what I was going to say is, chat, help me make another story. Spam some fucking W's for the 52 pips made on stream today. Yeah, Ryan, I think you sent me a message once before like that. I'm just afraid to send anything to an offshore broker that I don't know. Like everyone that I've ever sent money to, like I knew the people behind the operation. Like I knew them in real life. I've seen them, right? It wasn't just like a phone thing. But like I'll keep that in mind. I think I'm gonna ride this futures thing out for now and see how it goes. They pay me well, and it's on a futures platform and it's regulated, then you know I probably won't need it. But if I see fuckery or if something isn't for now, I mean, the transition from forex to futures or from spot gold to gold futures has not been too difficult. I mean, we've kind of continued in the same, you know, with the same beat, marching to the same beat. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I wish you sent that to me in like a Discord so I could have, because the shit will delete and I'll forget who sent that to me. Yeah. Just send me that same message in Discord if you can. Oh, that's where I've seen it. Yeah, good. Yeah, I saw it. I just switched to futures. I want to see how this goes. Maybe probably do the whole year with futures. And I think all the charts are almost the same. Whatever we trade, it's price action, right? Do you agree? Yes and no, because different pairs have their own nuances, and like they're not. Some pairs aren't as technical as gold. Gold is a very technical pair. Like it just works out, right? Creates highs, creates lows, fills the range, retests highs and lows. It's you know, it fills wicks. It's very technical. It keeps up a structure. Some pairs, from what I remember and looking at them, they either you know, they either don't move as much, right? They don't have as heavy of a pullback, or they have their own nuances, basically. They just, you know, yeah, candles are candles in the way they form, but, you know, the speed at which they form, the time frames, the extent to which the drives happen, it's not all equal. But, you know, technical pairs thing like gold, silver, right? US 30. The NAS. Yeah, they move heavy and they're very technical pairs. Yeah, plus I'm paying $4 instead of $7 for commission per contract. Damn, I rode the whole flip. We rich, baby. Bring out the red panties. Oh yeah, you did. You see? Hold on. See, this is what I said. Even if we close bearish, this is what I was just talking about. I was hoping we would see it in action. See, that's why I kept harping on it. You know, we may get a bearish closure, and if we get a bearish closure, you're gonna test at least, right? You don't have to test the highs here, but you're gonna retest the closure highs, and that's exactly what just happened. So as long as you're taking positions at this area, right? This area. Right? Whatever bearish closure you get, the market is going to, even if it closes bearish and against you, that doesn't mean you're behind probability wise on the trade, because the market still has to retest the high. We just saw that concept play out live in real time, right? This is the only way you would remember this when it plays out live. I can explain it to death, right? If we're just in like a meet and greet or a boot camp or whatever the fuck you want to call it, or your favorite gurus call that shit, but live on the charts when it happens and you discussed it beforehand and then you lock in on it and then you see it print, this will stick in your head way more than any book or boot camp or in person or meet and greet ever will, right? And you just seen this play out live. So even if it does flip bearish, we've retested the high. Now fuck that, advantage is gone. You're a winner here. Doesn't matter what else happens, you know. Stops to break even, house money, and secure some bacon. Take some money off, you know, out of the market. So, yeah, that's where we are. That is where we are. So now this could flip bearish, but your advantage just played out. This high right here, that's your advantage point. It's tapped. There's no reason for you to be in a trade, right? Yeah, the hourly might flip, but you have no business being in a trade based on the fact that the 30 closed bearish. Yeah, it could still drive up, but why risk everything you just made knowing that the probability of the drive up decreased, went down a bit because of that 30 closure? And because this opened to the upside first. Yeah, like I said, don't get me wrong, this could still smash the highs and drive. The probability of it decreased, so once the probability drops, why not secure your bacon? That's it. I went to trade in your prop firm you support. I talked to them in chat and they said we can't copy your trade. Well, honestly, my group has had no issues with that. Yeah, the 5-minute has been like a common theme, but taking my trades, I've spoken to them and they know that naturally, if I'm streaming, a few hundred people at the very least are going to take the same position as me, right? So as long as you're going through my link, I don't think it should be a problem. But I personally, I believe I'm a big headache for them because most of my people that go through them are very profitable, and I personally think that I'm a headache for them, right? Because obviously props are, you know, money's made on your loss. Yeah, they create good conditions for you and they will pay you out. There's money behind there, but my people win too much. Yo, if we didn't have a 5-minute rule, I don't think they'd be in business. You guys have been making a killing. tell top one to remove mandatory stops. I think that's an add-on you can buy. Look, there's a good team behind the company, right? I met them, and like they're solid guys, right? There's also, you know, a heavy wallet behind it too. But right, so as long as you stick to the rules, you will get paid out. There's no one's running away with your money. But if I was them, I don't think I'd want to work with profitable traders. I would need, like, right? Because you need losers, and we ain't losing. Just got your first payout on instant funding. W. That's the only way to go, I think. I think if you're doing a funded account, you got to skip the challenge. Don't do instant funding. If you're gonna get one, right, and you're gonna go to top one, use code WIX, get a massive discount, and get an instant funded account. Don't fucking waste your time with challenges, because time is money. We ain't got time to waste, right? If you're profitable and you're confident in your craft, go straight to the instant funded. How often does the 5-minute rule make a trigger? I don't know. I think it's an even distribution of, you know, if you guys have to hold for 5 minutes, sometimes you get more, sometimes you get less than me. I think overall, in the grand scheme of things, in the long term, it evens out. There's the hourly flip. And you have news here in 17 minutes. Hey Wix, how do you stay disciplined to your WIC entry level and not be tempted in taking the entry early at a higher price up here? Well, when you lose $170,000, it does something to you. No, honestly, it's just you know how yesterday my post said the best trades often come after the hardest lessons? And I think it's just the lesson of getting burned while taking the entries, being impulsive and not waiting for the logical entry. And after being burned and wondering why and trying to figure shit out, eventually I've come to this, you know, this is where I'm at, to my current state, you know, the way I trade right now. And it's just, you know, that's where the road has taken me. From all the lessons that I've learned so far, this is what needs to be done. And if you're early here, you might have a really hard time managing risk if you're wrong, right? So I just won't enter, right? I'll miss this. I know it sets up so often, right? I talk about this all the time. I have complete confidence that if it's not now, it'll set up in a candle or two. Our trade's set up so often that I don't need to be in every position. In case this doesn't tap our line and drives, boom, great, we'll take the next range. It's okay, I'll just wait a little. I'm fine with waiting, right? I'll smoke a joint, I'll relax, but I know exactly what I'm looking for. Yeah, it was a long road back. I mean, we've covered that many times over already. We've made it back a few times over. There were people in the signal channel that took that loss with me, and they've made it back a few times over. Have you ever had a trade where the entry made sense, but after losing and looking back, it doesn't make sense at all? Yeah, plenty. Like half of those losses, half of those 52 losses over the last 3.5, 4 years. So, yeah, I think the way I trade now, we wouldn't have taken those losses. But, you know, you live, you learn. hindsight is always 20/20, but I'm so glad those 52 losses happened. I'm so glad that that 170K loss happened. If that didn't happen, I don't go on this, 67 trade win streak. It doesn't happen, I think, without that loss. So you really have to have a pullback in order for you to just bounce up to the next level, right? You know, every setback is a setup for the step up. And that's kind of how it's been, right? It's not like, damn it, now my life is ruined. It's like, all right, this is the springboard for me to really bounce up, learn from this, and go to the next level. Not to get back to where I was, but smash where I was and move on, move further. What makes you choose MT5 over trading view to trade on? It's a little faster, right? It recognizes entries faster, and the latency. There's less latency in MT5, but that's not even the key. The biggest reason I stuck to MT5 is because my bot for signals runs off MT5. So when I take a trade, right, I got a bot for MT5 that notices it and posts it. Plus, it's very user-friendly, right? It's very simple to use. It's really user-friendly, and I've used it for the last 6 years. Well, I've used 7 years ago. I used MT4, and then, or 6.5 years ago, I used MT4, and then eventually MT5. But it's just very user-friendly. It's simple, and I'm really used to it. I like C-Trader a lot. I've seen C-Trade. I fucked around with it once or twice. I liked it. I like the way it looks. How did you feel after that 170K loss? Do you want to make it back right away? No, I even said we're next win. We're probably taking 10 pips. I think I said it right after the loss. I'm not trying to make that back now. I think I'm taking 10 pips next trade. But then we had a few big trades, and then we had a long win streak, and every day we've been averaging like 50, 70, 100 pips a day. It's like T5 is better, faster service, plus they've been around for ages. Yeah, they're more optimized. Like, they've been around for so long that every issue and bug is already pretty much sorted out, while the newer platforms are still going through it. Don't forget news in 13 minutes. I think we want to forget it. I don't think there's a reason to trade news. Our 4-hour closure is coming up here in 11 minutes for futures, for the futures market. Can you explain when to close a losing trade for your strategy? When the probability of you driving your direction is less than the probability of it driving against you. How do you determine that? Well, those candles have yet to print. Right? When they start printing, when you start getting closures in the other direction on the higher time frame, or breaking previous ranges, getting range 2 breakouts against your structure, right? Forming structure the other way from the smaller time frames, continuing on to the higher time frame. That's when you start looking to manage risk. Ever been scared, nervous entering a trade? Yeah, of course. Like, when you start, or when you're not really sure of yourself, you question everything. I'm pretty confident in what I do, so I don't really question. I'm like, I lose. Like, the thing is, there's not a single loss that I've ever taken in my trading career that hasn't been made back at this point. Not a single one. So I'm pretty confident that like no matter what happens, I'll make it back and I'll surpass it by miles. So I don't really think about losing. I just think about like being logical. Yeah, if logic tells me I got to close out, like I was close to break even, but I got to close out minus 10, minus 15. I'll do that, right? I don't care for it to get to break even. It's just yeah, it's always in your head. But like I don't really have these things. I just go by levels. How to deal with FU candles like the one from yesterday? What happened yesterday? Where's there an FU candle? I don't even know what an FU candle is. What are you saying? Was this the fuck you candle? Because I think we took sells all the way down here. This is how our 100 pips, 114 pips were made. Right here on this candle. And the next one. Well, that's how I deal with it. I took sells. And we made money. Thanks for your response, Wix. I'll be buying top one trader under your link. Absolutely. Use code Wix. Use the link and use code Wix and get 100K. The volume was insane yesterday. Well, we've outdone that today, I think. $400 pips. Oh no, not yet. Oh yeah, we're 50 pips shy today. That ain't the massive volume. This is the daily volume candle right here. No top wick, no bottom wick, daily open, and the shit just went blue. 750 pip drop over here. Yeah, that's crazy. Leonidas is definitely standing right there. Right? He's definitely over here. Just kicking a motherfucker. Wait. Here we go. Too much. I'm giving him too much credit right there. This is Sparta! Yeah, damn, look at this daily and just fucking plummeted. Kick someone. What is he standing on? A stick? 6 minutes.
Outside med det! Nå får du inside! Outside med det!
Minutes. Yeah, honestly, I'll watch the news through maybe the first 5 minutes, but I think we're gonna call it a stream. I'm not looking for entries here on the news. I might look for entries at around 10:30, 11 after it plays out. So I don't want to trade the news before the inauguration, but I'm not looking for a trade in the next half hour realistically. Do I think it's gonna go back up? I don't know. We shall see. Shit. Like literally, we spoke about this before any of this happened, right? Bearish closure, retest to the highs, your advantage point. At this point, this is where the market's gonna make a decision to smash through and flip on the hourly, or to go back down on the 30. If this is decision-making area, there's no reason for you to be in at an area where the market's about to make a decision, because the decision could go against you 50-50, right? And look what happened. Right, you had a chance to take the deal here, right? You had your plea deal right here, right? Or you could have took it to trial, and you took it to trial and the judge just fucked you. This is what happens. Sometimes you got to take the deal. Actually, I try not to leave it to uncertainty ever. I take the deal all the time. Some of the gangsters on stream are sitting here like, oh, now that you explained it like that, I understand, bruh. I was trying to figure out where you was going with that. But now, I see things clearly. In court, there's two types of people. Those who took the deal and those who wish they took the deal. Pretty much. One minute here. What? I'm going to call it now? No, we're going to wait for this news to come out. We're going to see it. I haven't showed my grinder today. Oh, bro. I'm swiping right. Swiping right. That's all you need to know. You on grinder too? OnlyFans. I got you. All right, gold. Let's go. What are you doing? Which way are we gonna go? Seconds for news. Phil Ivy PMI. Perfect. ISM. What's ISM? In search of money? Me too. Me too. Okay. All right. Our paper trade would be a buy right here, right off this level. That would have been a paper trade that we've been looking at. And stops would have been to break even here. I wonder if it'll come back to this. I think our leverage goes down during news on futures. Yeah, paper trade would have been buy here at this area and stops below that wick. Probably would have seen about 12 pips and hit BE. Okay, chat. Now this is really good for us because this is a strong resistance, and if this can continue, I don't think it will because it was a 4-hour closure. Highly likely to flip and drive. Look at this area. Look where these wicks across the board come down to. Look. Right? It's likely to flip. But if it continues to drive, you're going to look at the hourly, you're going to look at the 30, you're going to see that we have a range 2 breakout. Right? You're going to recognize that we were range 1, range 2, you're breaking out the other way. As long as this closes with a bottom wick, not on the 15, I won't look for the 15, but if it gives you a bottom wick closure and it stays bearish like this heavy bearish, doesn't pull back up above 66, you're looking for top wick sells in about 30 minutes. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna call it a stream here, and I'm gonna get ready for 10:30, and we're gonna take this in the signal channel if it sets up. As long as it sets up, we will look for it in the signal channel. So stay locked in if you're part of the signals. But I'm gonna call it a session here because then we still have to wait another half hour for it to set up. So I'd rather go smoke a joint than relax, go about my day, and if the signal sets up, it sets up. Congrats to everybody that showed up. Over 50 pips made today on stream again. We're over 200 pips for the last 2 days, right? We're already over 200 pips for this week. All right, Zoom gang, I'll see you guys on the clubhouse side. Kenny, Nick, I saw you guys flexing with me. Good job. 50 red panties. I don't have that. I don't have that many red panties. Can't give all that out, but we are gonna call it a stream because, and I'm gonna call it here. It's a lot of wins in a row. We're on fire.
Boom shakalaka! He's on fire!
Anyway, mods, thank you so much for coming through, helping me run the stream. I appreciate everybody's support. Now share the stream. Like the stream before you dip, and sub to the channel. Come on, we're trying to break the YouTube algo. We're trying to grow this community day by day by day, win by win by win. All right, chat, love and wisdom to you all. Appreciate you guys for showing up. Congrats to everybody that took that dub with us. As for me, you know the deal. Bless me, thank me, I'm welcome. Anyway, as for me, my time here is up. I'm gonna call it a session. Signal channel, stay locked in through the 30-minute closure. But that's it, and just like that, another New York session is in the books. Enjoy your day, everybody. See you tomorrow, 8 a.m. sharp. Be a little early, because sometimes the early bird gets the worm. All right, later.
Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby.